All right, what's good, everyone? I'm just gonna wait for a few people to get in the room. Yeah, yeah. You guys see the title? Yeah, I just want to speak about a few things. Yeah, I'm gonna be pretty much. I don't want to say I'm gonna be taking a break, but I'm gonna have to change how I do things a little bit because I feel like at this point, I feel like this is just me entertaining, like this channel and everything I'm doing and what I see most people doing, I feel like this is just entertaining. I feel like a lot of people know what they need to do. A lot of people they know what they need to do. There's no teaching anyone. And anything you're really teaching people is something that's deep and cool that you probably didn't need to know to get to where you need to be at that you're not at. So I'm not saying the information isn't good, but what I am saying is that information you're learning you didn't need that to get to where you need to be that you're not at right now. So I don't want my channel to be like that. So this is why I gotta like structure a lot of shit because I feel like it's mainly just like a ego entertainment shit. Because people think entertainment has to do with just Hollywood and cartoons and all this other dumb shit. But entertainment is actually something that is individual. You see what I'm saying? Somebody could be entertained by torturing people. Somebody could be entertained by watching some gay ass porn. Somebody straight. So you see what I'm fucking saying? It's all perspective. So when we talk about entertaining, a lot of this shit that you guys think is teaching is not teaching, is really entertaining. But people just lie to themselves and say, well, I'm learning and I'm growing just so they can like justify why they're just wasting their fucking time. So I'm like I'm gonna have to try to like I don't want to say I'm gonna be quitting YouTube, but not quitting because I'm not gonna quit, but I'm just have to come out. I need to pretty much be more like action. So I'm gonna start doing a lot more things on this channel, like a lot of things, because right now life is very easy. That's one thing the spirit told me. It's very easy. It's like, and when I say this, like I don't even like to say spirit because people, oh, the spirit told you. Like, bitch, when I say spirit, I'm talking about lot like certain things that I can like experiences that happen to me that confirm. So life talks to me and shit. Sometimes it could be things I in a dream I hear, whatever, but regardless, it's all the spirit. So it pretty much told me that this shit is easy. And it's like the reason why a lot of people think life is hard because there's something that they're supposed to give up that they don't want to give up. And you may think that thing that you need to that you may think that thing that you need to give up is something perfectly fine. So you end up wasting years of your life doing something, and then you're wondering like, why is it not working? But there's something that you're supposed to give up, and whatever that you're supposed to give up, you've been programmed to think you need it. So a lot of you guys talk about, oh, I'm not programmed by the government, all these program sheet, but you're programmed to be in desires your spirit doesn't want to be in, and you think it's okay. So you end up living life and it's like, why is it nothing aligning for me? It's because there's something that you're doing that you need to give up that you didn't give up. And then that's what makes life really hard for most people because they're in their ego still. They're in a war with their own demons. And then that's what makes it hard. Like nothing external is really the problem. Nothing external can be an issue. It's like I made an analogy. I think I was like, if I if I cut if I cut two people's legs, I get a knife and I slice two people's legs. I put um I put ointment or oxyperoxide on one of them. He's gonna be yelling. The other guy, he isn't gonna be. It was something like that. I forgot what the thing was. It's like I put peroxide on one leg and I don't put it on the neck on another leg. The other guy's leg, it's still gonna hurt, but it's not gonna be hurting as much because what's fuck, I forgot how I did it, but pretty much what I'm trying to say is life isn't the issue. Things exacerbate it. It's like, I think I was like, imagine the cut as life. Somebody puts peroxide on it and then you start yelling that the cut is hurting you. It's like, no, the cut isn't hurting you. The peroxide is hurting you because the other guy has his leg cut and he's not complaining about it, but you're complaining about it and you're saying it's the cut. No, it's the peroxide. Or you think it's the peroxide, but it's the cut. Because if I, okay, my bad. I gotta get this out to you. I get what I was trying to say. All right, I put peroxide on one person's leg and there's no cut on the leg. All right, this is how it is. There's no cut on the leg. You're not gonna feel any pain, right? But if I put peroxide on somebody else's leg and there's a cut, they're gonna feel pain. Are you gonna say the peroxide is actually causing the pain, or are you gonna say the cut? No, you're not gonna say the peroxide. You're gonna say the cut is the ultimate problem because the peroxide is being poured on the other guy's leg and is not complaining. So it's the same analogy with life. You look at the peroxide as narcissistic people, assholes, situations that don't go in your favor, depression, all the negative shit you see in reality. That isn't the problem. The problem is the cut within you. Once you heal that cut, you can have the peroxide put on your skin. It's not going to hurt. Once you heal within you, you can have those external things happen to you. It's not gonna be a problem. See, when you see all these spiritual people talk about, oh, there's ups and there's downs, we're all gonna feel sad and emotions. Yeah, they're right, but not everybody's sadness is the same. Once you heal and you know self, and you really are on the path, and you fix that inner cut, you can go through negative situations and you're looking at it from a different perspective. You feel a little emotion, but like you have a bulletproof vest, so external events don't fuck with you. Because when you guys say, oh, this person fucked me over, this person did this, or all this other bullshit, it wasn't the person or nothing. They're weak. They're not. They can't do nothing to you. It just, you had a fucked up inner. So whatever they were doing, it fucked you up. It all goes down to the nervous system. When the nervous system isn't in alignment, when trauma happens, your nervous system can't process that trauma. So it gets stuck in the body. And then now you got to release that trauma. This is called releasing the blockages. So let's just say you got a fucked up nervous system and your shit isn't inwardly healed. When external trauma happens to you, it's going to happen to you, right? And then it's going to get stuck because your nervous system can't process it. So this gets you like ruminating, and it's like based on your decisions are based on whatever happened to you, because the nervous system is controlling you. So somebody may say something to you and you don't speak up. Somebody's like, oh, why don't you speak up? Or let's just say you get hella angry and you can't control your anger. You have to go to anger management. Or you have certain like sexual desires that's hard for you to control. Whatever it is that you can't control emotionally, it's gonna be because of that. The nervous system is blocked. So energy can't really flow through it. So it makes you neurotic, nervous, neurotic. You're always like, you have OCD. It's hard for you to control your desires because you haven't unblocked the shit within you. So this is why you got to always be doing the inner healing and the inner work. And like, it's very easy, to be honest. It's very like simple. It's not even hard. It just, you have to put your fucking mind into it, your whole heart into it. Like, and it's like I see it so clear. Like when I'm out and about, I can see people's bullshit. Like I can see people who are just, they got trauma, they got ego issues, they got anger problems. I can just see it. I can really pick up on the energy, because the more and more I really like understand, like, because once you heal a certain aspect of yourself, you're able to see a lot more. This is why I'm able to kind of really break it down, because I can see it play out in different people. Like I can see it. He said, I miss you, man. Hope you're doing good. Yeah, everything's good over here. It's gonna be getting better. There's just certain things that I gotta really do. Like, cause like the thing is about me, I'm very fucking smart. Like I know everything. Like when I say I know everything, I know everything. Nobody can tell me I don't know everything. Cause I always know everything. So I know everything, right? So when I'm going through a negative situation, I already know what I need to do. And there's certain things that I have to do. I don't even really want to do it. So that's my struggle. Like I have to learn. Like a lot of people, they don't know what the fuck they need to do because they're dumb as fuck. But like you could kind of say I'm can act dumb sometimes because certain things I know I need to do that I don't do, and it gets me in a certain situation. And like one of my problems, is I don't have a lot. I need I don't have I'm fearless because it's weird because like when I was young, my dad's my grandpa, he had passed away when I was young. He gave me a name. He was like Fearless One or some shit like that. Because they give you African names. And there was something else that like it was an energy that somebody told me that I was, or I don't look into that really, but they said I was an energy, and the energy translated to fearless. And it's weird, and it's like I feel like that's like an energy I have within me. But the thing is, I feel like my fearlessness is not directed in the right energy because just because you're fearlessness or you're whatever or whatever, even you're happy or any type of positive, if it's not directed in the right area, it can actually fuck you up. So like this is why I got my shit. I gotta direct my shit in a different area, like because I already know everything I need to be doing. And like in like one thing I'm realizing is that well, it don't matter what I'm realizing. Well, it does matter, but I don't feel like saying it. But yeah. Oh, for sure. So it gave you a lot of shout out. For sure, good looking out. Yeah, yeah, good looking out. But yeah, most people you guys gotta understand are just all they just run their mouth. They're not really about nothing really. And I'm not saying I've because even me, I would say sometimes I'd be kind of talking and not doing enough. And I'll admit that. And like I always gotta say, like if I'm admitting something and I'm intelligent as I fucking am, and I'm admitting something, do you know 99% of people, if they're either lying to you or they're lying to you because they're not even a quarter as smart as me, and I'm like admitting you this. And when you see them, it's not they don't even have to admit it because their actions show. But them not admitting it just showing how fucking retarded they are and how full of shit they are. So like I can see it in your actions. So that's my evidence. And secondly, you're not even admitting. You act like you got it all. Like you see what I'm saying? Like I actually at least tell you guys, like, because certain things that I didn't do, because we all learning. But then you see other people, they just run their mouth and then they don't have like they don't know shit really. But then like they say, I don't know, it's just weird. Like I feel like there's really no spiritual community. There's individuals out here that are speaking truth that can help you better your spirit mentally, physically, and spiritually can help better you and spiritual wellness and all that shit. And then there's people who just talk about whatever they want to talk about. There's no spiritual community. Just like there's no black community. They want to say, oh, the black community. There ain't no black community. That's fucking retarded. Like, where's the black community? There ain't no nigga that fucking kill each other and shit. Ain't no fucking community. He's fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no such thing as no community. So, spiritual community, that shit's done. It ended like in 2019. Because once the pandemic hit, that little fake ass shit, once that little thing hit, um, then that's when everything got lost spiritually because everyone started believing in like that's when you have the division. Because remember, you got dumbass people saying, "Oh, you're gonna get sick. You gotta quarantine. You gotta shut your ass up, you bitch ass nigga." And that pandemic kind of fucked everything up because people who you thought were onto something, you realize they weren't onto shit because once the government came and put this thing out that they were prophesizing themselves back in 2016, 17. Oh, the government's going to come up with some psyop and shit. People were saying that. But when they actually come out with it, you believe in it. And then now you have people arguing, and they tried to get that shit to a point where if you didn't wear a fucking Daffy Duck mask and you didn't believe in that shit, if you were white, people will look at you as racist. That's how they were doing it. It was to a point where if you were a white person, that's how you could tell how fucking like retarded people are. If you're a white person and you're like, oh, I don't believe in that, people will think that you're for Trump, and then they correlate it with that. Oh, you don't believe in medicine and all this dumbass stupid shit. Like they even try to get it like that. Or you ain't black if you believe. Like no one really said it, but the energy was kind of like that. Like mostly Mexicans and niggas were the only ones really into that program, and Asian people. They were into that program the most, the minority. And it's funny because that was a whole depopulation shit. They were trying to get people out. So they want to get the minorities. They don't fuck with them. They don't fuck with no one, but the black people, the Mexicans, they really want to get them out first. So it's coincidental, isn't it kind of coincidence that mostly black people and Mexican, because they were selling that shit and marketing the fuck out of that shit in the hood. That whole little thing, fiasco in 2020. They were marketing the fuck out of it in the black, the nigga neighborhoods. And the Mexican neighborhoods and shit. That shit was fucking crazy. So once that shit hit, that was the wrap of the spiritual community, really. Because nothing really, you couldn't really take it after 2020. You can't really take anything serious no more. Because before 2020, you can go on the internet and take people serious. And it wasn't because the people were smart. It was more so because there was a facade. And people are hiding behind a facade. But as we started, because right now we're in the age of Aquarius. We're in a different energy than we were like 3-4 years ago. It's a different energy. So this is why everything is so different. Like the jobs everyone's getting laid off. The money, the inflation, because we're in the age of Aquarius. Money is going to be different. Money's got to be quicker. So that means inflation. You make money quicker. You lose it quicker. Things cost more. That's Aquarius shit. If you really think about it, on the negative side, when you talk about money, so it's like, as we start approaching this Aquarian age, you're gonna notice this shit's gonna get really weird. You can't take no one serious really no more. Like everyone, because everyone has the ability to be an influencer and teach. So at this point, it's most people are doing it the same reason people wanted to be on a fucking a TV show and go audition. It's like the same, like even if it's about, you think about people teaching and shit, because this is why you don't see that many people that are really successful on YouTube, because their intentions is like, it's not really, you see what I'm saying? Because like right now, like my intentions, I don't really give a fuck about this shit really. I don't really care about it. So that's why I don't be live every day, because like, other things that I care about more importantly, that beats this. And by the time I accomplish those, then this shit will be, it will be popping, because what I'm doing in my, you see what I'm saying? That's how it's supposed to be. So now you can't really take anyone seriously. The pandemic really fucked that up, and now it divided people more. And now we're going to another age where like you guys should have been doing the work, like all the work that we were all watching back in 2016, 17, all the shit you've been knowing you were supposed to do. The things your spirit was telling you years ago, you're supposed to, I'm not saying you're supposed to complete it, but you were supposed to like be at a certain level. Like if I tell you to go draw a whole Picasso painting, I'm not saying you should be finished in 5 years, but you should at least be 30% done. Some of you guys aren't even on like 10%, so you didn't start. So now you're saying, oh, I don't have enough time, I don't have this, and I'm doing this, and why is the government, they have these jobs, and then we have to do this, and we have to go and take care of ourselves. It's not even that much work, but you've been programmed so much and you didn't do certain things 3-4 years ago that would get you kind of like sewed up. Like there's certain things that I was doing a year ago that got me financially straight where I don't have to work for years. So like that's why I don't work, because things that I was doing. And when I was doing it, I didn't know. I was just doing it because I didn't know what I was doing it for. But now I would never go back to doing those things because it's all like things that I don't really want to do to get in trouble or whatever. But like I set shit up before. So that's really what is going on right now. Like you should have set shit up. And that's just financial. There's other things spiritually, me doing my yoga, Qigong, a whole bunch of other shit. It got me in a certain mind. If I was in the mind that I was back in 2021, before I started my Qigong yoga or my yoga journey, because I started Qigong last year, but the yoga, if I had the same mindset from before I started yoga in 2021, now, I don't know, I'll probably be fucking, I don't even know where I'd be mentally. I'll be really fucked up if I wasn't doing the work, because the spiritual work, it takes years to do. A lot of you guys are like, oh, I want to become spiritually awakened and then I'll become a successful person, or then I'll go and talk to this person, or then I'll go and do this. You're waiting. You can't wait. That's the thing. Like, that's the thing. Like, you guys are waiting, like, oh, when my life gets better. There's no time when my life gets better. When it gets better, it's like a slow process. It's like you building a look at life and spiritual growth as building a muscle. You're not gonna build a fucking bodybuilding physique in a week or a year. It's impossible. It takes like 5-10 years. But like when it comes to spiritual journey, that's the same way. That's why you want to get started right now. So in a year, look at it like if you get started right now, in 2 years, you're gonna have certain things that's gonna sustain you then. Like right now, a lot of people complain, oh, I don't have enough time to do shit. I gotta go to work, I gotta do this, everything, inflation. But if you had yourself in a certain position years ago, you wouldn't have to work, or you'll have money, so you don't have to complain about the inflation, or it's not bugging you to a point where it's a focus. Now you can worry about other shit. But then you start worrying about stupid shit like that now, then you gotta do that now, and then now you feel like you got so much pressure, but it didn't have to be like that. But yeah, somebody said, hey, what's good with it? But you guys gotta understand, like, life is really easy. Because a lot of you will say that because it there's really like because I hear so many people complain about like how they don't have enough time to do shit. But then when you ask these people like, what do you do with your time? When they're on their phone scrolling, even if it's for 20 minutes, that 20 minutes you could have been doing something more productive. Like you have to micromanage shit. Like it's not that no one has enough time. You just everybody wants to go out and allot a certain time to having fun. Like nobody told you have to put 3 hours a day to go out and have fun. Programs like that is what fucks everyone up, because everyone thinks that life is supposed to be this way. Life isn't supposed to be any way. Like a lot of you guys think, oh, why do people go hungry? Why is this like this? Nobody told you that life is supposed to be a certain way. Anytime you get a feeling that life is supposed to be a certain way, that's because you gotten programmed by this matrix through Disney movie, Pixar, all the education system, certain situations that play out in church, school, and in society. That's what got you thinking that life needs to be a certain way, because they make you see these movies, the good guy wins, and then they're trying to save the world from this, like shit like that. That's a program. Like for all we know, nigga, somebody could just come and just take a and and slaughter some people. And if those people don't wake up and do what they got to do, nigga, like no one's gonna save them until somebody does what they got to fucking do. Like that's life in reality. So when you're thinking, oh, this needs to be like this, or I need to eat something. They should pay for our food. They should pay for water. Everybody should have water. And that's your perception. That's not fucking life. You gotta look at reality, because in reality, things happen. There's things that you thought was gonna happen. You were for sure it's gonna happen, but it didn't happen because you were in your mind. But in reality, hit because it's different. Like you may see somebody that looks like me, but when you talk to them, the moment they start talking, you know they're not me, because that's reality. Versus in your mind, you're like, oh, you see what I'm saying? So you got to always look at reality. And nobody told you anything needs to be like anything. Like a lot of when people will talk about, oh, you're programmed. We're programmed by the system, but they don't understand how deep that programming goes. It runs deep to the fact that you think everything needs to be good. Like, don't get me wrong, things need to be good, but you got to work for it. It's like you gotta actually work for it. And I don't like it has to be like that. I fucking hate that shit, but that's the way this reality is. Yeah, I don't even like how it has to be, but that's the way it is. So don't think because you just gotta know how to play the fucking game. And then he's like, I hate this. I wouldn't keep saying I hate this reality, because you don't want to manifest situations that confirm that you hate this reality. Yeah, my bad. I don't know what's going on my internet. I was like, try not to say certain things like you hate this reality, because you're gonna end up manifesting a situation where it's gonna confirm that you hate this reality. So like things that there's something that makes you not like this reality, whether somebody was a narcissist to you. And I don't talk about narcissists, but I say that because a lot of people, they speak about that. So I'm just trying to relate to people. I don't deal with narcissists, or I've never really experienced that. Like, if anything, if I'm around a narcissist, nigga, it's just gonna be like two animals fighting. Like it just gonna, because like my ego's already too fucking big. So it's just gonna be a clash, and then we're just gonna have to not be around each other. Otherwise, it's gonna be a lot of arguments. So I'm already a narcissistic myself in certain ways. So if I see somebody else like that, it just I can't even play around it. But you don't want to manifest situations, because you don't want to say you hate this reality, because if you keep saying it, a situation's gonna happen that's gonna make you say that you hate this reality. So whatever it is you were dealing with, somebody might cuss you out to make you confirm you hate this reality. And that's why you don't want to say shit like that. We already know we don't like it. Fuck it. Like, because when you saying that is all based on ego, you want to say that to make a claim, to make you think like you're getting back at somebody, or there's somebody who controls this reality, who loves it, and you saying that, oh, I hate this reality, I'm pissing that energy off. Like, that's not what it is. That's the only reason anyone would say I hate this reality, is because they feel like they're pissing something or disrespecting something that owns intellectual property to that reality, to that thing that they're saying they hate. In this case, the reality. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, otherwise you wouldn't even say that, because it wouldn't even matter. He's like, is this reality had a chance? Well, hell yeah, that's what it's straight. Shit. That's why it's straight. But we just chilling right now. I'm gonna drop the link. Yeah, man. I'm just chilling, but there's a lot of things that I gotta do. Cause I'm realizing like, and then this is another thing. You really want to like. It's good that you watch my videos and you guys watch YouTube, but you guys need to get your own perspective of it. Cause no matter who you're listening to and how much knowledge they have, it's gonna always be from their perspective. Because I can't be any perspective but my own. So it's good to watch these videos, but always get your own perspective because it saves you from wasting a lot of time. Because if you just go on YouTube and don't like, it's good to listen to my knowledge, but listen to like the morals, the principles, and the facts that you can apply. If it's something that I'm doing, like I would never tell people to go out here and just do something illegal or go in, oh, I'm doing stock market. You need to do stock market. Only thing I will say everyone need to do is take care of their health because no one wants to live an unhealthy life. Nobody wants to go through pain. So I'll say that. But when it comes to other things, you need to understand, you need to know what you're doing because some people like, because when it doesn't work for you and you feel guilty or you feel like you're not doing something right. No, you need to know what you need to be doing. Some people, they can do other things because that's what their path is. Your path is a specific path that you have to know what the fuck you're doing. Because you're gonna go out here, waste time. Oh, I gotta own a business. I gotta do. Some of you guys watching my channel don't even need to own a business. Some of you guys need to just take care of your health and practice healthy things and get rid of certain desires and finance, money. All that shit's gonna come to you, and you won't. It won't even matter how it's gonna come in a certain way where you may not even need to do it the way other people do it. Because this world is not what you. This world isn't. It's an illusion. It's like an illusion. It's not real. So anything can actually really happen right now, like wherever you're at. Just like if somebody was in a billionaire position, they could go broke and lose their money. They can go through a situation where their whole life is they're not safe because of that. So it's the vice versa. If you're in a low position on the street with nothing in a third world country, if you're really tapped in and you on the path, that shit can actually change. That's what they don't like a lot of this some information getting out because like the people who run this system, their shit can just start crumbling from the inside out. Like a lot of like a lot of you guys think that oh people need to wake up and certain things can happen when people wake up, but like if they're not on their shit, this shit could just start crumbling. If just based on way people like just negative things start happening where like their system can literally crumble because anything can happen. You see what I'm saying? So like that's what they gotta like make sure everything's in check. So like nothing goes, so nothing just it slips up because like because this system is gonna collapse. Nothing can go permanent. And you can kind of see it like kind of people waking up still. Like that's like the first thing. And it's got to get to a point, but people need to hurry up because they can start. Well, I don't really want to get into that, but like this shit is collapsing. Don't even think that it isn't. It just is going very slow. That's what. But it's a process, and it's got to get there. Yeah, but Here's the link if anybody wants to join. I'm gonna start putting the Cash App. I put the Cash App too. Anybody wants to send. I always keep forgetting to put that. Yeah. But yeah, I might just get off this shit, guys. Just wanted to really say that. Don't really have nothing else to say. Well, I do have a lot to say, but like I said, there's no point really in saying a lot of shit now because it's like I feel like there's no point really. Just like everyone knows what they got to do. Like there's nothing that you don't know that you need to. Whatever that you there's whatever position you're in, there's certain actions you need to do. I'm sure whatever that you need to do, you know what you need to do. It's nothing that's like rocket science. So any other information you get is like, what's the point? That's why I feel like everyone knows what they need to do at this point. Because you got people who because I don't want to say everyone knows what they need to do. There's actually some people who are lost, and there's actually quite a few people. Like when you hear how they talk like from a defeatist standpoint, like there's no hope. And it's sad because what happens is that they want to be with they want to find other people that are just as miserable as them. So they want to so like they're so depressed and traumatized, they have to seek out other traumatized and depressed people to relate to, and then they think that's a friendship or some type of part. Like that's not even that's fucking toxic because you guys are both depressed and miserable, and that's the only reason you're cool. And then it's not even real. And then when one person does better, the other person's gonna look at them as an enemy. So let's just say you're in a group, let's just say you're depressed and you're in a group of depressed people. If you start doing better, then they're gonna look at you like you're an enemy, like, oh, he thinks he's better or whatever. So it's all leads to toxic shit. That's why I don't even really like. It's all toxicity and shit. Crazy ass bitch just keeps walking around here. He's like, how do you know all of this? Because I know everything. I know everything. I know everything, and that includes not knowing certain things. But the thing is with that is when I don't know something, I always get the answer to it. You see what I'm saying? Like it always works out. So because to know everything, I have to know what it feels like to not know something. And every time I don't know something, you know what happens? Something happens in my reality to give me the answer. So I end up always knowing every fucking thing. That's crazy. So it's like I know everything. It's 10:01. It's 10:01. Yeah. Yeah, but I know everything now. Yeah, I'm probably gonna end this live stream though. Yeah, I'm gonna end this live stream. Nothing else. Yeah, nobody commenting or says anything, so I don't know why. It's so weird. Like you guys don't understand. Like my intuition is really on point. Like I'll literally go up to certain people and I fucking hate, like there be certain people I just don't like. Like you know how they'll be like telling you like, oh, you're a hater, and if you're ever around people and you have a hate for somebody, don't ignore it. Don't try to push it to the side. Don't try to feel bad. Always recognize it and look at like, hey, why am I hating on this person? Like, why do I hate this? And like when I see somebody I fucking hate, it's for a valid reason. It's not because, oh, I'm just hating on them because they're, no, it has nothing to, it's the spirit's protecting me so I don't get in a relationship or I don't deal with them, because certain people I just don't trust. Like there was this one motherfucker, like I just seen his shit and I was like, I hate this motherfucker's voice. It was a YouTube video. I was like, I hate this guy's voice, but he was saying something I kind of agree with. So like, let me watch. And I was like, for some reason, I just hated this nigga's voice and I hated the way his energy was. I didn't know why, but he was saying something I kind of agree with. And then he was going and he was saying some other shit, and he's talking about how like he got the thing and he believes in it. And like that's an example of like there was a reason I didn't like him, because this is why some people don't like you for no reason. Like they won't like you for some reason because you don't represent what they do. So like um I always see that fucking same car. You got a certain design, but they don't. Let's just say you're really spiritual, you're really deep. You're gonna have an aura and energy. So when you're out in public and you're dealing with them, you're gonna have that aura being in an energy of spirituality. But if they're against spirituality, or they may not like it, or they're not on your vibration, they could pick up the aura, and then they just may not like you for some reasons. That's how we can pick up on certain auras. There's so many ways. Like I'll see somebody I don't like, and then I'll see them doing something that confirms why I would not like them. And then it'd be vice versa. There'd be somebody I'd be like, man, I like this person's energy. And they'll come to find out like they used to live in the same home city as I used to live in, or we went to the same school. It's just some synchronicity. But before the synchronicity hit, I had a good energy. Like it works positive and negative. Like if I don't like somebody, this is why I always judge a book by its cover. But you have to know how to actually read the fucking book to do it. So like they'll say, don't judge a book by its cover. That's only people who don't know how to fucking read. If you really know how to actually like read spiritually and shit, you can judge a book because you have to. Because if you don't, this is where people are gonna deceive you. When I see this bitch needs to shut the fuck up. Every time I see somebody and they show a certain quality and they act a certain way, and I get a negative energy, I never give that the benefit of the doubt. And when I don't want to say I've given it the benefit of the doubt, probably once, and this was years ago, but when I did, it confirmed that I was wrong. Like they would do something, like it's just weird. Like you could smile in my fucking face. If I feel you have a negative energy, I can be able to tell. It has nothing to do with them. It could be somebody who's smiling, who's laughing, because you can't hide pain. When you're not genuinely happy and you smile and you move your body, you're not in a completely fluid state because you have tension. Remember the tension in your nervous system? You have tension. So this is why when you see somebody who's like they'll smile, but then like an evil villain laughs differently than somebody who's, you see them, like they have the evil laugh, or like somebody who's just in a they have a crooked smile, like they're smiling because they got pain. So they can't smile, and their smile looks hella like sinister. Like that's what you got, the sinister look. Is when you're happy, but for sinister reasons. It's really back behind pain. So it's gonna come out and look sinister. It's not gonna look like somebody who's genuinely happy. So I can see this in certain people when they talk and when they act like they're not genuinely happy. They have a fake energy, and like you can tell if you were to say something that they're gonna blow up. They're gonna like get angry and shit. This shit is crazy though. He said Chauncey has the ability to roast you and break it down. For real. Because everybody's running on a script. Like 99% of people are running on a script. So we pretty much have AI. We have organic AI, and they're coming out with machine AI, computer AI. So it's the same fucking shit. Because everybody's already been programmed. So I can know how somebody talks, how somebody acts, especially if you're around a lot of people and you see this. It's the same there's nothing that they can really do. Like it's there's only so many scripts. Nobody's spiritual really. Like nobody. So you can tell what, because I dealt with so many people and I remember who I dealt with, especially if I had a bad experience. I can remember and then I can see the same script and it plays out the same way. They say the same thing. It's just the illusion is different. What they talk about is different, but there's infinite things we could talk about, but it's still the same thing. We could talk about soccer all day, but there's midfield, there's defense, there's the goalie, there's the certain rules, there's the World Cup that happened in '98, and then it was against Mexico and the US and in this team. Like there's so many things to talk about within soccer. But you see what I'm saying? It's like the same shit. I don't know where I was going with that. Yeah, the programs. They all everyone's on a script. That's why I don't even fucking like it's crazy. And it gets sometimes it gets kind of fucking like it gets so kind of I don't know the word for it, but it gets weird because you don't feel no genuineness. Like even when somebody's coming up and trying to like this dude just trying to say hi to me, like, and then like he'll be like, oh hey, how are you doing? And then like after he says hi, he's just like goes and does something. Like, why the fuck did you even say hi to me? Like at least say hi and then say something. Like or just don't say shit to me. Like why the fuck would you just say hi and then look the other way and like he's all saying hi and I'm thinking he's gonna say something to me and he's like, why the you could have just walked by me, nigga. It's weird. And then the way they say it, it's like they have something important to say, like, "How you doing, sir?" And he's like, "Hey, yeah." And it's like they keep walking. I'm like, you, just like the energy you came off of is like you got something important to say. He's like fucking weird. Oh man, it's crazy, but Where's that link at? Yeah, there's a link if anybody wants to join. But everybody's on a script, to be honest. Like you can't have some type of programming on you and be in this system. Everyone has programming. Otherwise, like it'll be really impossible. It just the thing is like, to make it to a minimum and recognize you have them. So when they start coming up, you know how to disconnect and not. You see what I'm saying? Like that's really what it is. Because you really, when you grow up, like just like if you really want, like for me to break it down, I like to break it down and make it so you guys can understand what I'm talking about. Let's just say a program. Like you dress a certain way, right? If you're a man, you're not gonna dress like you were in the 70s, or you won't dress like you were in the 60s, or you're not gonna wear like medieval clothing. You're gonna wear modern clothing. And it's like, why do you wear it? It's because you're programmed, because you want to look trendy and cool based on what somebody else said you need to wear. And the reasons you don't like certain clothing is because of that. And so it's the same shit. Like everyone's that's like a small level. You could say you're programmed. Like everyone wears tight ass jeans and shit. But back in the day, you would get clowned at for wearing that. Everyone would laugh at you if you weren't wearing baggy jeans. But now niggas wearing tight. So that's part of a program. Everyone got programmed to like thinking that it's cool to wear that shit over certain generations and shit. So like everyone is really programmed if you think about it. This is why niggas in the hip hop, they don't dress the same as they used to, because it was a program. Okay, what the fuck is going on? It's really kind of annoying me, man. Like, I don't know, I keep seeing these damn fucking police, man. Like, I swear that shit's annoying the fuck out of me. Cause like, I don't know, I'm not gonna speak no negative shit, but I keep seeing them. They're not dealing with me, but the thing is, I keep seeing that energy. I don't like seeing that fucking energy. Okay, why is this motherfucker walking by my car and shit? Weird ass motherfucker. Yeah. I don't know. I want to say something, but I'm not trying to speak anything. There's certain things I just don't want to put on here. Because I don't want to manifest nothing negative. What is going on, man? It's crazy. But yeah. But what's good with everyone? What was I talking about? I forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, about the programming. Yeah. Even down to food and shit. Everybody's programmed on how to eat. Yeah, everyone's programmed on how to eat. You don't even eat the way you're supposed to eat. That's why when you were young, like they told you to eat baby food, and then you have kids meals, and then you grow from that. Like it's so many. They teach you how to eat. People who get in trouble or I forgot, it was a guy got shot in his throat, or he got paralyzed, or something happened to him. He went through a major accident. They have to teach him how to eat and swallow his food and shit. Like it's a learned process to how to do all that shit. So the programming runs deep on that level. Runs deep on all levels. Because it goes even when you see people that are like red pill and like all these fucking weird ass like people that are against like life and I'm a fucking like just weird shit. People would just say that they are like anti-natal or I'm a red pill. Like all of those are like kind of programs in a way. If you really think about it, like that's a program that you subscribe to. The reason like because the reason all of that shit is out is to divide people. Really, when I speak about it, like the feminist shit, I speak about it in a way that's factual. That's a reason. I don't sit there and like, because at the end of the day, to be honest, nigga, fuck niggas and fuck bitches. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and act like, oh yeah, fuck these bitches, but every man out here, we got our back. Like you see these weird ass red pill men, we got to have each other's back. Man, like shut the fuck up, nigga. Fuck these bitches and fuck these niggas. It's not just fuck these bitches and these niggas. Because if you really think about it, yeah, you can complain that you can say all bitches ain't shit and bitches have all these problems, which okay, but when do you see niggas coming together on some real shit? In the hood, there's fucking betrayal. There's people hating on you. Niggas get killed in the hood. Niggas ain't shit too to other niggas. So don't act like these fucking weird ass rappers try to act like, oh, it's men out here against for each other. Hey, shut the fuck up, nigga. Ain't no fucking men with no like. At the end of the day, nigga, two fucking men own a damn business. It's cutthroat. They're gonna do whatever to put the motherfucker out of business so they can take his profit. Ain't no fucking get the hell out of here, nigga. Like they try to act like it's some type of, because if it was a situation where it was men actually coming together and it was really like that, nigga, this world will be more developed and more in a better position. The fuck? It wouldn't be in a state that it's in right now. For you to have a whole bunch of men and you have a government that all these men are looking up to, and those government is actual men, that's not a good situation to be in as a fucking society. Like now you got a bunch of niggas who think they're somebody, but they really ain't. They're just working for the system. They can't even create their own system. So nigga, you really not really shit. Because everyone just trying to like, they're just trying to get everyone just trying to get their whole desires met. Nobody really this is why most people really aren't successful, because most people, they don't have, their only intention is to get their desires and their needs met. They want to get their wants, needs, and desires met, and that's their only intention. So whatever they do to try to get it met, it doesn't work. And they say, oh, why can't I do this or make any money, or why can't this doesn't work? It's like, because your intentions all fucked up. That's why I was like, it is what it is. Damn, man, that dude's on the street and he has a kid and shit. That's ridiculous. I would not have no. I can't imagine having no kids and being on the street. It's a bad thing to have kids, but on the street, god damn. Yeah, that shit. But yeah, as far as fucking red pill and all of those are all programs. So you don't want to even be into that. Don't be into anything really. Just seek like truth and your truth and knowledge and wisdom, and don't even seek that. Just fucking experience your life, really. Because once you experience, you're really not seeking nothing. You're just experiencing it, and what's gonna come is gonna come. It is what it is, though. Like I'm starting to realize that life, because when I speak about life, I'm speaking from my perspective. I can't speak for no one else, so I just got to put that out there. So I don't, so people don't think that this is how it is. But like, I noticed for me that like the more I attract certain things is when I don't care about shit. Like when I look at the situation I'm in now, there's a lot of things I didn't have years ago. I don't even care about it anymore. Like I care about more other things. It's just weird. And I feel like it's a good thing that this happened because it saved me from wasting a lot of time. Because there would have been times I would have been wasted doing a lot of shit. But yet I don't even want to do those things no more. So I don't even have to really, I'm not really wasting the time like I could be wasting because I don't even really want to do it. That's why like sometimes like it's good that things don't happen because like if you had certain things that you want at certain times, it could bring negativity. But you don't see it because you just want to get that thing met, the desire or whatever. Because a lot of things you desire you don't really like. You gotta understand that. Like a lot of things that you like, let's just say it's your favorite food or your favorite video game, like you don't really like that shit. It's that the test is you go through that and you think you like it and you and then you detach from it and then eventually you're not gonna like it no more. And then like that was the test if you can really give up something that you thought you liked just to realize you never liked it. That's the actual fucking test. Like that's what a lot of people don't get. Like a lot of this shit you don't even like. It's just like a spirit in a female body likes to get fucked, but a spirit in a man body doesn't. But the spirit is two of the same things. The spirit, you think about it, it's just two of the same thing. So it's like the spirit is not none of that shit though. That's kind of what it is. If that was a good analogy. She walking like that. Why is she walking like that? I don't know. I guess the fucking shit that they put it the shit that they be putting in the drugs. I guess it fucks with your spine or something. Because that's like the second. That's like she needs yoga. That's a result of not doing stretches and yoga. Like you may say, why are all old people like that? She's probably with somebody who that was probably her spiritual path was to do yoga and shit, and she just fuck that shit. I ain't doing it. Just got high and was on drugs. Her back is fucked up now. That's what I'm saying. Like that'll probably be my fucking back, nigga, if I didn't do my shit. She needs to watch my channel. That shit is crazy. Said weight of the world on her shoulders. The weight of all that fucking dope that she's smoking every night. I don't know what the fuck is shit is crazy. Like that's like the second time I seen her. She always walks like that. It's not like she's just doing it. That's how she fucking walks. And it wasn't even that bad. Cause I seen her like about months ago and it wasn't that bad. Like the bitch is literally like in a 90-degree angle. She was at least at fucking 45, probably like a 80-degree or a 60-degree angle or some shit. It wasn't that bad. Her angle wasn't to that degree. That's all I can tell you niggas. Yeah. There's a link if anybody wants to join. But yeah. Yeah. that's what I was talking about the desires. Yeah, because I had lost my train of thought. But yeah, you want to get rid of all like the things you like. A lot of this, because you don't want to be in a situation where you realize, because some of you guys, once you finally relinquish certain desires, you're gonna feel like you wasted a lot of time and a lot of money. Because then you're like, oh, I used to like this thing, or I used to do this, or I used to get high, but then now you don't even love you feel like you would never do that, but then you think back at all the time you wasted in money. That's why you want to hurry up and get out of it, because once you do get healed, you're gonna be like looking at it like, damn, I wasted that time and energy where I could have been where I'm at right now then, but I was lost in my ego. So that's why like right now, like you want to know what you got to do so you don't waste more energy and time. Because you have enough time to do what you got to do. Don't because we right now we going into a different like, because this age of Aquarius, everything is changing as we get deeper. This is why one reason why time is going quicker. You're gonna notice like, because as time goes quicker, there's not really a problem. That means you're supposed to really be tapped in to your awareness. People call it 5D consciousness or whatever. It's really nothing. It's not even a name to it. It's a different level of awareness. We're supposed to develop that right now. As time moves quicker, you need to be in that awareness, that higher level of awareness. If you're not in that higher level of awareness, then life is gonna seem hectic. That's the cue. That's like you doing these meditations that I'm telling you, like the Qigong, yoga, stretching, and getting into this awareness state. You need to keep this awareness state. When you go on a fast, you fast for like 5, 6, 7 days. After the 7th day, I would say like 8, 9, 10, you start tapping into this state. You can do it through breath work, yoga, Qigong. Everyone's different, but the best way is through fasting. And you really want to tap in and stay at this awareness level at all times. Like you got some of you guys you'll tap into it and then you won't maintain it because it takes a lot of discipline to maintain it at first. Once you've been in it for a while, then it comes natural. You actually want to do it, but at first it takes discipline because it's like a test. And then you stop doing it and then you leave that state, but you need to be at that state all the time, because when you're at that state all the time, everything's gonna just start. You think things are gonna like, it's like you put a key in a lock that fits and you turn it, everything clicks. That's how it is when you have this awareness. Everything clicks. Even negative situations you go through, you can be going through somebody robbing you. You're going to be in a better situation than if you weren't in that awareness and you were getting robbed. So it doesn't even matter, because when you're in a negative situation, this is where you're actually using that power to keep you calm, so you're not stressing. It's not a problem to you because you're not looking at it through a lot of fear, because you know it's an experience. So you're able to think clear, move clear, and things will manifest in a certain way that you even if something were to happen, it won't be a problem. Even if you got robbed, you'll get that money back times 3, or the person who robbed you got caught. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's not an issue. Because you in that awareness state, and you have to tap into it, and you have to try to stay in it as long as you can. That's what's going to really save you in these times right now. Is don't worry about, oh, I got to do this, I got to do that. I'm not saying don't worry about physical things, but if you're doing those physical things and if you're not being yourself while doing physical things, you're not going to, those physical things won't work. You have to be yourself. That awareness is yourself. So, like a lot of you guys right now, you have an identity. You think this is who you are. That's who you think you are. When you have your natural awareness, that's who you are. So that is gonna play out it's gonna play out in a certain way where you have to be doing who you are. So like let's just say you have an awareness, the awareness. If you're doing things physically, then things are gonna happen good to you. If you're doing things physically and you don't have the awareness, then negative things are gonna happen or it's not gonna work. So always that awareness is the most important, is what I'm trying to fucking tell you niggas. Like, worry about that number one. Fuck all that other shit. Because sometimes when you reach that state of awareness, certain things you don't even need to do. Like, a lot of you guys are trying to figure out, like, oh, I gotta study this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. And a lot of this shit you don't even have to do, but you think you have to do it because you're watching all these other people on YouTube. You're watching all these other, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta open my business, I gotta get my credit right. Like, I'm not saying that you don't need to do this, but you got how you get to doing it, and the fact that you think you need to do it just shows you your lack of you knowing who you are. Because if you knew who you are, you would already been known what to do when it regards to that. You wouldn't be in a stress mentality like, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do. You'll be like, okay, when it comes to this, I can do it this way. And you know that for a fact. So this is why the awareness is more important, so you don't waste time doing shit. This is why you have a whole bunch of information on the internet, but it doesn't balance and check out when you see the amount of people who are actually successful in their fucking lives. Like, it doesn't, like, most people aren't successful. Most people are miserable as fuck out here. But why is there so much information on how to better yourself? Because it's not, you guys are taking it from the education. Oh, you got to read this education. And they program you to think, oh, you got to get this education and then study and regurgitate, and you can be a scholar at this. That's not how it works. Knowledge and true education, spiritual education and wisdom comes from experiences, letting things go, having things good and bad happen to you, and a whole bunch of other shit. That's how you actually learn and grow, having experience, whether it be past lives, experience in this life. You have to have experience to actually learn, not just read something. You can't fucking read a book and know what this spirit knew that he had to go through 12,000 lives to learn. You wouldn't even be able to learn his information going through 1,000 lives, because he went through more shit. You can sit there and see face value. Oh, I know this, I know that, but there's certain experience that this spirit went through that you didn't went through. Because I always like to look at real life, and I always see, like, no matter what people say, you look at, like, what's going on in real life. That's like what really matters. This is why they have social media, they have television, they have cartoons, they have the newspaper, because they have to get you seeing real life as something that's not real. Even when it comes to this racism and all this other shit, that shit is not real. It's a programming that they create to keep certain people in the real totality. There's nothing to do with any of that shit. When it comes to all these programs you see about this and that, and at the end of the fucking, even when it comes to these dudes and how they talk about women and shit, like every fucking female has some dude to just come and save them from the day, and women have it so easy. Like, bitch, go into actual fucking reality. Stupid ass. Like, you got these dumb people, they don't see real life and shit, and they get the program off social media. Because the thing is, when you're on social media for so long, you look at the reality as social media. So if you're watching a whole bunch of videos about feminism, you're gonna walk around thinking every female is like that, and then in a way, you'll manifest and attract women who play out shit like that. And then and then you'll be like, well, see, I'm right. But it's like, no, you just really thought that. So now they're having you create a reality that's not it. And then they put all the external things, like the buildings, the social events, they put all that shit out there. You just gotta think it, and then it plays out, and then your life is like that. But it's like your life doesn't even have to be like that. You just thinking that, and then that's why like you gotta be careful what you're like, even with like what you're watching, because in this age of Aquarius, there's gonna be a lot of isolation. Like everyone keeps talking about age of Aquarius is everybody's in groups. The only people who are going to be in groups in age of Aquarius are going to be individuals that are actually working to build a system or something in regards to that. Closest would be like a business or something. So you're building something for a grand scheme, a grand cause, or it's a teamwork, and each person is getting energy from the energy they're outputting. So it's a reciprocal. That's the only group. It's not like no group where just a big ass useless ass family that just very fucking toxic and always got to talk shit because they got nothing better else to do but just critique and analyze somebody all fucking day. That's not the type of group this shit is. You see what I'm saying? If you're not in that type of group where it's something productive, you're going to be isolated, because Aquarius is isolation. It's groups, but if Aquarius doesn't vibe with anyone, Aquarius doesn't want to be a fuck around anyone. Aquarius could be a Leo, because it's the opposite of Aquarius. A Leo can be in a group and want everybody to praise them. An Aquarius would be like, I don't vibe with you. You don't got to praise me. I don't fuck with you. I don't even want to talk to you. I'm going to ghost you. Aquarius will ghost you. So right now, everybody's ghosting everyone because no one relates to nobody to fuck around them. So this is why you see a lot of isolated people right now. Everyone just on the social media. And is it gonna get worse when they bring out the VR and they bring up the updates to the social media? Because once they update it and then they bring out VR and AR, the augmented reality, they can join that and merge it with the social media. And we're gonna be even deeper in the Aquarius age. It's gotta be a wrap. People probably won't leave their rooms and they'll just have sex online and shit. They'll probably have something where like it's weird. People have sex online and yeah, because it's a wrap. It's done. I can't even. Yeah, it's a wrap. Yeah, I lost hope for humanity or for society. I never had hope for this shit, to be honest. Like I said, guys, always look at reality. I look at reality and I see something different. I feel like social media, though, I feel like that's pretty much going to be the downfall of society. But when I say this, I'm not saying social media is bad. Like it's like it's a double-edged sword, is I guess is what they call it. It can be very good or it can be very bad. It's like depression and happiness. There's the same thing, but it's two spectrums. It's an energy, but it's two spectrums. Happiness and social media is one thing, and there's two spectrums. The worst spectrum is fucking the negatives of it, and the positive is knowledge and wisdom and people learning shit from it. People have gotten rich and became millionaires off what they've learned on it. But even then, I wouldn't even really want to say that, because no matter what you do that's successful in this world, it always stem to doing inner work. So there's nobody who just watched the video and became successful on YouTube. There was something they were doing in their real life that behind closed doors that they probably don't even know what they were doing because they're just living their life. But they did something which it made that work. It didn't just work. Something made it work. It's like there's an energy behind it, because it's all energy. Like even in Nigeria, like they'll be doing the scams, the Nigerian stuff. Because my dad's from Nigeria, so like they be doing the scams down there. And a lot of people are like, who's gonna send money to a Nigerian scammer? But a lot of these Nigerians, when they're scamming, they don't just scam the person. They do rituals and dark magic and work, and they send energy to influence people and to attract certain gullible people. So it's an energy behind what they're doing. This is why the Nigerians be making a lot of money scamming, because they be tapping into that dark magic and be sending it, and it attracts certain energies. And the people that it attracts aren't regular people. These are people who are in a negative frequency. Because you have to, my phone's about to die. You have to be on a negative frequency to even attract certain energies. You can't, nothing just happens. You see what I'm saying? You have to be on a certain energy. So like they'll attract other demons to be able to do demonic activity, because everyone's involved really on a certain level. You have to have responsibility. We're in another age. We're not in the Piscean age. So this, like me saying this, is not victim shaming. It's just everyone's got to take fucking responsibility, because that by me saying this, it makes it actually seem better. You see what I'm saying? Because that means that nothing negative could happen to me unless I have my foot in it, unless I have my energy in it. So with these Nigerians, that's how these Nigerians, they do it. They be scamming people through the magic. So it's all energetic. So this is why you see some of them, they'll be trying to scam people and do shit, and it doesn't work for them because they're not tapped in a certain way. So it's like, I'm not saying you got to do magic and shit in dark, man. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that, but it's all energetic. It's spiritual. It's something that you got to be doing on a spiritual, energetic level. Okay, what the fuck's going on here? What the fuck? Okay, charge the phone. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna put the link one more time. My phone was about to die. I had to charge it a little bit. I should have had my other one charged. Yeah, that's whatever. But yeah. Hold on, guys. Hold on. All right, what's good, everyone? Yeah. Damn, man. I'm about to go in and charge this fucking shit. I hate how I don't charge my fucking, like, I don't know, just so fucking annoying. We gotta, I don't know why the fuck they make these damn phones so damn, like how is it 10 hours per charge? Like you should be able to at least have a few days before this bitch runs out of battery. Like it should be at least 2, 3 days before the phone runs out of battery. Like why the fuck is a phone got to be charged every 10 hours? Like, I know why. Like, they have to do it so they can keep you locked into their electrical grid. So you keep using it, so they keep making money. They keep using coal. So the dude who owns the coal, he gets rich. And then all this other dumbass shit. They want people to be dependent and have to go tap into the grid. Because if you had it where you had large amount of battery, then you can go off and do your own thing. And if you're a fugitive, you won't need to go and charge your phone because you got a fucking little battery pack that could last you like fucking a week or so. So it'll be harder for the FBI to find you. That's how they do a lot of shit like this to make it. This is where you got to get a car registered. You got to use gasoline. Why the fuck are we using gasoline? The reason you're using gasoline is because they have a control over gasoline. You can design a car that runs off water. You can design a car that runs off dirt. You can design a car that runs off fucking Kool-Aid. Because in reality, it's anything is possible. Like, because what's making a car run off gasoline is nothing to do with what's in the gasoline. Even if it is, they created the contraption to be able to facilitate what's ever in the gasoline for it to work. So why not just create something that can make it where it just generates off water? Just like you can get water from thin air. If we're breathing in air and there's water in the atmosphere, like they say, you can make a machine that just creates fresh water from thin air. You don't even need to go in a lake or a puddle, or you don't need to do that. But they do all this stupid shit so they can keep control over the society. I hate that shit. Like, this is why people need to wake the fuck up. That's why people need to wake the fuck up. So we don't have to keep living like this stupid weak ass shit. You know how many people design, like, because what you guys understand is like a lot of things happen. Anything that you see on the news, anything that the government has control over, you're going to see on the news. Anything that they don't have control over, you're not going to hear them speak about it. Only time they'll speak about it is if they're gaining control over it or they have complete full control. Then they're going to speak like they don't have control over, like Taliban. Like, oh, the Taliban are going to attack. Bitch, you created the Taliban. That's when they're going to speak about it because they can control it. This is why they talk about Taliban and shit. But any real threat, they're going to be quiet about it. They're not going to speak about it until they get a thing, because the government says that they have many threats, but the threats coming in different ways that they can't really speak about it because it's going to cause a disillusion for their system. But there's threats there and they don't speak about shit like that. So yeah, like, this shit's crazy. That's why they're trying to censor everybody and shit, because all it takes is for something to just click and certain people wake up, man. Like, that's why they're trying to censor everyone, and they got the algorithm on lock. Because it kind of, or if you really think about it, it kind of fucked up. Like, because look at the Gen Z, for example. Everyone says Gen Z is lazy, that they don't want to work. Most of that is because of, like, I think it's social media and people watching videos about how fuck this system and them growing up hearing that shit. The boomers, when they grew up, they didn't have TV and all that other shit for people to be like giving them influencing thoughts on. When they grew up, the only thing they seen was their parents going to work. Then they went outside, played basketball. Then fucking the mother yelled supper, and then they ran their ass to the house, ate, and then went to sleep. And then whatever they fucking watched on TV was what the government want them to watch, and it was at a certain time. And it'll be a news program, and there'll be some weak ass music, and then that's it. So when they got older, like to like 18, 19, the boomers, they just had that fucking like work ethic vibe. Like, I'm just gonna go to work and do this, and I'm gonna be a good employee to the corporation and the company, and I'm gonna meet sales quota for the company and be a good. Like, that was on their mind because that's what they were programmed. But then you have social media and shit. You got people talking like fuck a 9 to 5, fuck this shit. You got other people who didn't do shit, running up tens of millions of dollars a month, not doing shit. So then you see other kids like, why the fuck I'm gonna work McDonald's and I'm seeing this nigga running it up? The boomers didn't see that. They heard stories about the rich kids, but they didn't really see it. You see a lot of these niggas, so most people, like, I can see why Gen Z, they don't want to work. Like, why the fuck would they want to waste their time and work at this? It's like they got the shit end of the stick. Even if you were working back in the 90s and 80s, you had it better than working right now. Like, if you worked at McDonald's in the 90s, you had more, your money went further than it did working at McDonald's now. You actually had more time and more fucking things to do. Like, you can't even do shit. Even if you went out and you spent your money on food or resources within the matrix at that time, the quality of resources and goods and foods in the matrix was a higher quality. So you were able to have more out of your money and enjoyment and have more time to spend. Nowadays, it's like, it's actually the only reason to work is so your ass don't be in a fucked up situation. So this is why Gen Z, they don't want to work, because even if you were a slave back in the 90s and 80s, you were still in a better position than a slave in 2024. So you really can't blame Gen Z for not wanting to work. It makes no fucking sense. People like, so it's like, why would they want to fucking work? Fuck that shit. I don't blame them. And it's like a lot of the, and everybody likes to talk about politics and shit. And if you want to go by the politics and everybody and go by that playbook and rules of politics, the Gen Z has the boomers to blame, because all the people that created the whole politics and all the rules and regulations and the reason why the economy's fucked up is because of who motherfuckers was voting into office. Because all of these, according to the way politics is supposed to work, everything that's going on within the society is due to the rules, regulation, the laws, and the bills that get passed, and the people in leadership and their decisions over the years. Why the fuck is the world so fucked up now if the boomers are supposed to be voting in? This is going by their book. I'm not saying I believe in this shit, but this is why I even say to these dumbasses who want to argue, okay, even if you voting and all that shit was right, whatever you were doing didn't work. Whatever you voted for, it didn't work. Because look at society right now. Back in 2001 or whatever, everybody was voting and they were telling you to vote or die or whatever because it needs to help society. When that stupid nigger Obama became fucking president, they were saying vote. Black people need to vote to get our voice. Ever since then till now, this shit's gotten worse tenfold. You're not going to tell me that voting shit meant anything. And if it did, why did you niggas vote for the wrong people then? Because whoever got voted into office, they make the decisions that, if you want to go by that fucking dumbass. Shit is crazy. I don't this is why I don't even. And then they have the audacity to get upset that Gen Z doesn't want to work. What I think it is that these old, though, they're like a lot of old people, they just they haven't hit, they have regrets that they wasted their life, and then they see the younger generation don't want to waste their life like they did theirs, so they get upset and angry, like, oh, yeah. It's like they get upset that somebody else has a life not to waste, where they can't even not waste theirs because they already wasted their fucking life. So they get upset that, oh, you don't want to work, you don't want to, like, shut the fuck up, nigga. I don't want to fucking work and be a slave like you, bitch. You fucking 63 years old, 40 years of your life, you were at a cash register at Walmart. You can't tell me that your life was enjoyable, bitch. Your life was miserable. Even if you want to, even though those little cheap thrill laughs you got because somebody told a corny ass joke, or you took a sip out of that fucking nasty Starbucks coffee you get every morning, those little small ass thrills, you think that was living life? because that's the only thing a broke ass person in minimum wage can be happy about, is getting that first bite from that fast food place or that first sip of Starbucks, because that's the only thing they can afford. They can't have no real expensive thrills, or they don't have no spiritual happiness that they can develop because they weak. So they have to get stupid cheap ass shit, and then they think that they live their fucking life because they got their little cheap ass paycheck and they're able to spend it at some corny ass carnival fair on the weekend because they're too broke to go to Disneyland. Get the fuck out of here. They crazy. They think that's work because that's all they did. Because when they grew up, it was a different time. Back then, it was even, it's never normal to work your life away. But back then, it was more within the energy compared. Like nowadays, you can't even do that if you try. And even people who think they can do it and they like doing it, this is why they're getting laid off, because the universe is saying that we're in a different time. This is because they don't need anybody to work anymore. Like, because we're in a different time. It's like it's. I don't want to say people aren't going to be working, but it's going to be useless work. Like they're going to probably. What's next is they're going to probably have people work on the internet, like because they have to have people. There's always going to be work because they have to have people doing something. And when there's AI that's doing everything, there still needs to be people to make money to make these rich people rich and to pay for the things that AI is going to build. So if anything, AI is not going to make shit free. They always got to have people working, but they're going to probably have people work on the internet or do like if they have virtual worlds, you'll be doing something in that virtual world, and then they'll pay you. And then that'll be your career, because they have to have people doing something to make money. It'll never be they just give. How else will rich people get rich? Rich people get rich mainly. Well, there's many ways to get rich. I don't know if it's mainly, but one way they get rich is by having regular people pay for their bullshit products and services. That's how they get rich. Taxing you and paying for their bullshit products and service. What money are you going to have to tax and pay for if you're not working? So they need somebody who has money so that they can give that money to the rich people. So there will always be some money. It's just going to be different types. Yeah, but it's crazy though. And then pretty soon they're gonna be having this digital currency. That shit's gonna be. I don't really, to be honest, like it really don't even matter. Money is money, to be honest. Like, but the problem with that is they can just shut everything down. Like, and then now it's like you don't have access to your shit. Just like with these electric vehicles, all these dumbass people. Oh, I'm gonna get an electric vehicle. If you're in an electric vehicle, they can shut that off. If they don't want, if you're driving a car, like let's just say, because what they're gonna do in the future is, if you have an electric car, and let's just say I committed a crime, and it's a high speed chase, they can just turn off the car, or they can just, if you got a suspended license, they can just turn off your car, so you can't even drive it and shit. That's what electric vehicles is. It's fucking stupid because they can just turn off your shit whenever the fuck they want. Because what you guys gotta understand is like they certain things that they can do, but they have to make the illusion look real. Like remember I told you how they were going in P. Diddy's they were looking through his laptop and the FBI raided it, and they said, oh, the FBI raided it to go through his shit. But then when you look at it, it's like, why do they have to really raid it? Because if they were really after them, the people who really run shit, they wouldn't need to have FBI raid your shit. to get your computer. They can just go through the back door and get it. But then, not saying that they didn't do that, but they have to make it look like that they can't do it. So this is why they have to send FBI. This is why, like with the electric vehicles, they're not, you don't see that many stories of somebody running away from the cops and then he was in a Tesla and they turned the Tesla off. You don't hear stories like that because it's not that they can't do it. They don't want to put it out yet to put people in fear because they have to bring this technology shit slowly. Even with like the AI, they're gonna have AI that's gonna spot crime. This is gonna be very surveillance. Like a lot of you guys talk about 1984 or whatever that fuck that book it, or surveillance or police state. Like it's gonna probably get like that because they have AI that they could put into these fucking cameras, and what they do with these cameras, it picks up on arguments. If you're talking aggressively, if you're not following a certain law, like if it says you can't have your pants sagging, if the camera and they put it into the computer, the camera can see, okay, he's sagging his pants. They can put in it on the police station. It's gonna be like somebody's breaking a crime here, or somebody's in the commission of. It looks like they're gonna break a crime, and it shows up on your address and where you're at, and it even can tell you where you walked at, like your path. It can show your path you walked at. Like they had a dog sniffing, but it's all electronical because they can pick up. Like that's what I'm saying. Like it's gonna get that fucking deep. Like you could be arguing with your family. The police would drive by because it alerted them on a radar at the police department that somebody's arguing here. So they just drive by. They may not say nothing. They may just observe, but I feel like it could get to that fucking point. Like there's gonna be a lot of AI with the crime, and they're gonna be, and then you're gonna have people being able to hack. So you're gonna have people be able to hack your conversations in the future. They'll be able to go on the AI stuff, and then if you're talking to somebody, they can pick up on the audio. They can hack the audio and shit, and then take that or just fucking record you from a distance. And like that's what I'm saying, because with the AI, it picks up on crime, so it picks up on sound. So somebody can hack into that shit and then get people's data and shit. See where this person lives at. Like, oh, you want to see what this? That's what I'm saying. That shit's crazy. Because one thing I'm feeling like some shit's gonna happen like that. They're gonna shut down. They're gonna really because they could do it right now, but like I said, everything's got to be brought in a slow manner to get people used to it. This is why I think they're even letting the crime go up in certain areas. So when they do bring in all this shit, these dumbass people will be accepting of it, and by the time it gets too late, it's gonna be too late. So they wanted to make the people pray towards the idea of SM first before they fully. Yeah, I don't know what they trying to do, but shit, they just says. Yeah. Yeah, I'm through with that shit. Fuck that AI shit, man. If you can make some money off of it or use it to like, then go ahead and do that. But because that shit ain't even really. Because when you really look at the AI, if you ask it certain questions, it won't even give you the answers, or it will tell you some regurgitated bot answer. So that tells you that it's just a machine. It's not even real. The AI is not real because it can't tell you something that the internet doesn't know. Shit's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, I probably gotta go and in and charge this. It's a different. You remember I showed you guys the lady that she was walking her back. It's her. I think it's her like her niece or something or her sister or some shit. Because the bitch looked just like her. And her back is turned. What if I could show you? Yeah. Well, hold on. If they come this way, I do. That shit was funny though. Yeah, I'm probably about to end this live stream though. Damn, man. Yeah, I'm probably about to go in. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be unprivating all my videos. The only reason I haven't done it because it takes a while to do it, and I just haven't felt like doing it. But I'm gonna unprivate all my videos. Um, so be on the lookout. I have like over. Damn, I want to say I have over 400, probably 600 videos that I used to have. Some of the stuff I have in those videos though, like there's information in those videos, but understand like I don't agree with all the points that I was making in those earlier videos. Because certain things I was saying that I don't agree with, but there's information in those videos. So I'm gonna unblock all those videos, but just know that I don't agree with everything I say because I was watching some of them and I'm not mad at myself. It just we grow and evolve. Like that's one thing about me. I'm always growing and evolving. Other people, you see them stuck on the same shit. Like they still speaking about the same fucking organic portal crap or the same shit, like the same African spirituality dumbass shit. Like they don't talk about anything. Like they don't expand every like I'm always expanding and shit. Like if I see because I'm trying to find truth. And the more I was in the spirituality community, the more I realized it's not about finding the truth. This is just about finding a crutch to make you feel better. That's what spirituality community is. Because anytime there's actual truth being presented, it gets shunned or pushed away if it doesn't sound a certain way. That's why I don't really fuck with the spiritual community because truth gets pushed and shunned if it doesn't sound a certain way. And the things that sound a certain way that isn't the truth, it gets embraced because it makes you look good. So it's all about ego, and that's really what spirituality is. It's about ego. This new age bullshit. It's about feeling good and can you respect my emotions and my thoughts and oh my goodness, you respect my mind even though I'm a fucking idiot. That's all it really is. That's why I don't fuck with the spiritual community, the new age. Most people in that community are actually more damaged than when I look at it. I used to when I first got into it, when I first started like looking at videos like that years and years ago, I used to kind of see people like give off damaged vibes, but I never put two and two together. I would be like, maybe they're just damaged because, or I will always overlook it and try to rationalize why it's a good thing or why it's not that bad. But when that's when I used to take spirituality in a different way. Like, but now when as I'm evolving, I'm looking at it like people who are in spirituality are damaged. Like that's what it is. It has nothing to do with the spirituality per se. Just it attracts damaged people. That's why I'm like, especially these fucking females out here. A lot of these females out here, they fucking damaged as fuck. I don't even know if I would want to date a female who's fucking spiritual, to be honest. It's because like at this point, it's like this thing you thinking too damn much. Like you just going out doing something, the bitch got to give a divination and go talk to the spirits on what did I just do last night, or the pendulum swung negative, it set you out. Like that's too fucking much thinking. I can't deal with that shit. That's why I can't deal with that. Like words they say. Shit's crazy. Yeah, religion. It is a religion. This shit is a fucking religion. It's a religion. You go into most of these new age fucking videos, they're talking about like some sacred holy land, some fucking ancient wisdom, some secret temple with the fucking the crown jewels of some fucking black priest. Shut the fuck up, nigga, with that weak ass shit. You don't fuck about no damn Indiana Jones statue. Get the fuck out of here with that. I don't care about that shit. Some shit some fucking Mason made. And then like how the fuck do you even know that there's something down there? If it was really that important, why the fuck is it on YouTube, somebody talking about it? You know what's not on YouTube? How to fucking create a car driven off water? That's not on YouTube. And I think I know why it's not on YouTube, because they really, really don't want people to know how to fucking do that. So you gotta also look at it like that. Shit's crazy. And then they want you to sit here and just fucking, when you don't believe in it, they're like, oh, you're low vibrational. You're low vibrational. When you say something that's like, bitch, shut the fuck up. Like, what are you doing that's high vibrational? Like, everyone's just trying to get their needs met, their desires filled. They're not trying to help no one. Everyone just trying to be a fucking out for themselves. And then you say, I'm low vibrational. Like, that's one thing they'll say, but that's just a person who's damaged, and they have a lot of triggers. So when you hit one of their triggers, they want to say, oh, you're low vibrational. But like for you to even perceive low vibrations and be in the presence of somebody low vibrational, you have to be kind of low vibrational yourself, because why aren't you around somebody that you can say that's high vibrational? Maybe that person who's low vibrational said something you needed to hear. That's what it is. And then they don't like that because you said something that they need to hear. That's why I don't respect any of these motherfuckers, man. Like, oh man. Yeah. That crap, that shit was loud. That's a 2 hour live stream. Are you going to take 666? I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't take anything. Yeah. I don't know what the hell 666 is, but I'm not taking that, whatever it is. With that bucket hat. Yeah. They be wearing all those funny ass fucking costumes and shit. That's funny as hell. Like they literally be dressing up. Like the more you gotta dress up, the more pathetic I see you. I can kind of see like if you're actually doing something like Ella Tom, he's a Breatharian. He actually I respect something he does. So he be dressing up and shit, but at least he's practicing something that takes discipline. He's out helping people get healing and health. So I respect that. But if you just gotta dress up just to make yourself look more appeasing because you're not appeasing within yourself, then you're stupid. I hate that shit. Oh man. I guess somebody just took a shit right there. Oh no. They said somebody just took a shit. How long do you usually do your daily yoga? About 45 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes. That's just for my neck area though. If you're gonna do yoga, I'll say at least 30, 45 minutes per session. One session a day is all you need, but if you want to do two, you can do two as you get used to it. Because the more you do yoga, the more you're gonna have to hold the poses longer because it's just like you need to hold it longer. You're not gonna like for me. I have to hold my poses in my neck area because it depends on what I'm stretching. But my neck, I could hold that pose for like literally 30 minutes, probably close to 30 minutes, and hold it in a very like for me to really get a good stretch. Like the longer I hold it, the more like the energy I could feel the energy flowing. I feel more because like this part of my neck is like a knot right there, and it's like it's like blocking energy flow. But the knot was so big, my neck used to actually have it used to be big. Like my neck used to swell, and I never used to know why it was swelling, but it was because the tension was so tight. It was causing the blood to like constrict in the area. This is why I had hella headaches and everything. I couldn't even twist my neck like this. My neck I used to kind of have a double chin because my neck was really like swollen because it was so tight. And I didn't even know that was the reason I had headaches. I had headaches 24/7 from like 2012 to all the way to probably like 2021. Had him all the time. I had to like take fucking I mainly just smoked and that shit made it worse to be honest. But drinking and I got used to it. But when I started doing yoga, that's when it started easing up. Probably like a year and a half, I haven't had a headache. Before the headaches, like around like a couple years ago, they were very small. But me doing it right now, I don't have headaches like that. But there's still tension there because it's not completely released. Because it takes they say it takes 5 years to release the tension. It takes 5 years to release it depends for the individual, but on average it takes about 5 years. It takes a long time to release a blockage. Because a lot of these blockages, like they formulate how you think and how you act. So when you're getting rid of a blockage, it's like let's just say my fist is a blockage. When you get rid of a blockage, you don't just remove the fist. You got to remove the finger, Then you have to get the tip of the finger, then the middle of the finger, then this one, and then that's removed. Then you get the other finger, and then once you do all of these, then the blockage is removed. You guys have a blockage and you guys just expect the blockage to just go. No, you have to strip the blockage piece by piece. And as you're stripping it piece by piece, you're going to start thinking different, acting different, being different. By the time the blockage is gone, you're going to be a different person. It's the same equivalent of you in elementary school in 6th grade and you as a 21-year-old. There's no way you can even imagine you thinking the same. Is a different world. That's how spiritual healing is. It's the same way, like you're in a different world once you strip the blockage. Like how I am now is not how I was 3 years ago. But I remember 3 years ago, I had major headaches. I used to make videos on YouTube and everything. And you guys probably look at my videos and say, oh, I'm just making videos and talking. But like, I'm not the same person as I was. I used to have extreme headaches. I used to have fucking just always felt sick. I was really in a different mindset than I am now. I'm not saying I'm like where I'm at now, because it's always continual growth. But 3 years ago, I was in a different mindset than I was now. And I don't remember really, because it happened so slow. So I don't really remember like how I was, because I remember 2021, I was like, I wish these headaches would go away. And then like I haven't had a headache for like over a year. I don't even remember the last time I had one. Because when it went away, because when I had the headaches were there, but they got weaker. Like they weren't as bad. And then it went down, and then it got to a point where I forgot I even had headaches. So, and I used to have them all the time because I was doing the yoga and the stretching. And that was because I had tension in my neck. Let's just say you have tension in the shoulders. You have tension in the lower back, upper back, in the leg. Wherever the tension is, you need to release that tension and do yoga stretches pertaining to that body part. It's just because if you're doing it in the neck, it's the same way as in the legs. It's you're stretching out a muscle. Wherever you have muscle, you can do yoga at. You can do yoga on your fingers. You can do yoga anything that has muscle, because it's stretching out the muscle, so energy can flow, blood flow can flow. Remove all those blockages. That's what yoga is mainly meant for. This is why you hold the poses for at least try to do 2 minutes. Do it for as long as you can, but don't no less than a minute and a half. And if it's too much for you, then do as much as you can. But you want to really stretch out and hold the pose. And when you're holding the pose, like focus on stretching that pose out. So if you're stretching out your neck, think about your neck stretching and really stretch it and feel it. Like be the stretch. Don't just stretch it just to get through with the motions. Like stretch and really feel it. And like focus on that stretch and feel it. And wherever that blockage is, you're gonna notice like you're gonna feel more light. You're gonna feel more at peace and clear-headed as you keep doing it. That means it's working. Yeah, it gets. So I'm currently doing yoga full body. It's kind of difficult, but when you get used to the pose, it doesn't. And when you're done with the session, then that's when you start feeling refreshed. It's like a workout in a way, but you're working at the muscle, like you're stretching the muscle. Like, especially if you're going to the gym, you want to do this, because when you're working out in the gym, your muscles are getting tense. You're putting pressure on the muscle, so you want to relax your muscles and stretch them after you're done doing your workout. See, like I have a knot like in my neck right there. The knot was so big, man. Like I had headaches all the time. I remember it was just so bad. I remember I had to take medication for it back in 20, I think it was like 2014, because my headaches were so bad. I had to take medication for that shit. It was Zoloft. That had me on a lot of shit, but when I took that shit, it helped my headaches go away. So I was taking it, and I didn't want to take it because when I took it, it got to a point where I was taking it. It didn't even get my headaches. It didn't even make my headaches go away. It just made my headaches feel better than if I wasn't taking it. So when I was taking it, I was still having headaches, but they weren't as bad. But then when I didn't take it, yeah, it felt like somebody was sitting on my fucking on my head. Like I couldn't even really perceive. Like it was weird. I can't even explain it. It felt like I had a pressure on my head 24/7. Like I couldn't use my mind. Like the pressure was so bad, it was like I couldn't focus on nothing. And it was just really bad. I had to take medication. And then when I stopped taking the medication, it made me fucking extremely, like, it made me want to go back on. This is why I don't talk down upon people medication, because I've been to a state where there's some people who they need medication because their mental illness is so bad. So that's why I don't just tell people. I would never just tell somebody to get off their medication. I would tell them implement things such as fasting and yoga, qigong with your meditation. And once you start feeling the benefits of what I'm telling you to do, then you can make the decision to get off medicine. But I would never just tell somebody to get off medicine, because somebody who would just tell the fuck is he going? That's a one-way street. But the only person who would say get off your medication will be somebody who's never actually been in a situation where they needed it. So they'll be like, oh, you don't need medicine. You don't need, like, motherfucker, you don't know what the fuck people need because you haven't experienced certain things. So there's a reason why there's motherfuckers on that shit every day. Some people don't need to be on it, but I know how that shit is. But I was able to get off of that shit from yoga. It was the yoga that did it. I started going to the car. All right, I'm gonna just sit in the back. But you guys, what was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, but I guess I was saying about the stretching and shit. Like once I got rid of that shit, my headache started getting a lot better. How important or deep? Okay, these niggas need to shut the fuck up, dude. Why? It's funny how right when I get into a new spot, they just start talking louder now. No, why the fuck? Hold on, let me put my window up. Damn, shut your stupid ass up. Shit's annoying. Yeah, I would never tell anybody to stop taking their meds though, but you want to get off of them. But when you get off of them, have a backup plan. Don't just say, "Oh, I'm going to stop taking the meds," and you'll be in a worse situation. Have a reason why you don't want to take the meds. Like start practicing yoga, qigong, doing other things. Then when you're doing those things, eventually you're not going to need the med. Don't stop taking it, because you're going to be in a worse position. Yeah, because I was going to the chiropractor. Yeah, that's what I was saying. All you guys used to see me back in the day, because I've had a YouTube channel since 2013. I've been going on YouTube, and I've always been this way. I've always been talking, and anybody can tell you. So, like a lot of people, they just come onto the scene on YouTube, and they start copying what other people do. or they may think this person's copying this person. Was like, I've been doing this shit since forever. Like, I'm not like a lot of these people who they seen, because anybody who's an influencer nowadays who's coming on the scene, they're doing it because they see everybody else doing it. They see everybody else got their feet wet and the swimming pool is warm. So now they want to jump in. Nobody jumped in before. Back in when I was doing it, 2013, people actually made fun of you if you were talking in front of a camera. There was a time where people made fun of you, like, you making YouTube videos, or people looked at you weird back in the day. Nowadays it's a different game. So I've been on this shit for a minute. And even when I was taking meds, I was fucking on this shit back in like 2013, 14. So I was really like, and that shit, yeah, it wasn't really. Yeah, I was going to the chiropractor. That's what I was saying. I was going to the chiropractor. I used to promote going to the chiropractor, and that's what actually what started, because that got rid of my headaches a little bit at first. Actually, it did get rid of my headaches, but it started easing my headaches. And I don't want to say got rid of it, but it started making it more at ease, because that's what it made me start. And it once I stopped going to the chiropractor, because that shit was so expensive, man. Like, I was spending $90 a month, which that's fucking cheap. If I was actually paying, and the only reason he was charging me 90 because I was going there so much, he told me, I'll just charge you 90 because you come all the time. But if I wasn't going, like, if he didn't charge me that, gave me that deal, I would have ended up paying upwards of like 500 to 600 a month. Just going to, and I was going to this nigga for 3 years. I went from 2016 to 2019. I went to this nigga every single fucking weekday. In 2019, the last, like, probably like 2019, I stopped going. I went every now and then. But 16, 17, 18, I was going to that nigga every fucking day. That's why he just gave me the $90 a month thing. And then after I stopped going there, because I moved from that area, that's when I figured out about yoga. And I was like, I don't even have to go to the chiropractor, because yoga does what the chiropractor is supposed to do. This is why I stopped talking about chiropractor. The chiropractor, and last time I went to a chiropractor, it wasn't the same dude I went to. It was another dude. He adjusted my back, and that shit was hurting. After the adjustment, I went home, did a yoga stretch in that area to release the tension, and it got better. So that was the last time I went to the chiropractor. I think that was in 2022. Yeah, 2 years ago. That was the last time I was like, I'm not going anymore. I'm like, I'm done. I'm just gonna do yoga and stretch. I was like, that's the spirit telling me that, because I don't need anything external. That was my thing. Anytime you feel like you need something external, that's dangerous. Everything you need, you can get within. I'm not saying you don't have external things, but how you even get the external thing is from within. If you want happiness, it's within. You need to be in a better situation. It starts from within. Yeah, you may get some money to help facilitate that, but the energy that it takes to even generate all that to even come into your reality, it starts from within. That's why I realized. Even down to fasting. Like, I remember I woke up one morning, I heard something, like a voice told me, like, you don't need anything. It was just like, you don't need shit. And then, like, ever since that day, it's like, I feel like there's nothing I need, but anything that I do, what an average person will say they need, for me, it's not even that I need it. It's just, I want to feel good. Like, I can't, like, even when I eat now, like, I can't eat right now without doing it for pleasure. Like, when I eat something, it's like the same way I feel when I was getting high or getting drunk. Like, I literally look at food like a drug. Like, I feel like a crackhead. Like, when I eat something unhealthy now, I literally feel like a crackhead. Like, why am I eating? I'm like, eating this shit. Like, that's why it's weird. It's like, in a way, it's kind of like unattractive when I see a female that likes to eat a lot. Like, I don't even want to see a female eat, to be honest. Like, that's how it is to me. Like, I really, Yeah. Take young God chance. Yep, shout out. Thanks for the compliment, but I'm not no God. I don't want to take on that responsibility. I'm not no God. Yeah. I don't like everything. I don't want to be everything. Yeah. That's too much fucking work, nigga. This life I'm dealing with, nigga. Let alone somebody else's shit. Like I don't like everything. I don't want to be everything, and I don't want to experience everything. But I shout. Thank you for the compliment, though. I get what you're saying. I get the intentions behind it. So I get your intentions. Yep. Shout out to Robert Hanley. Damn, man. I don't know why they gotta be in my car talking. This thing's still charging. Yeah. Yeah, but what was I talking about? I think I was talking. Somebody said, "How important is deep breaths?" What I doing? Oh yeah, you want to do deep breaths. Sometimes I have to remind myself to do deep breaths, but you want to breathe deep because that allows the stretch to. Even when you go to the chiropractor, before they crack your back, they tell you to breathe in and out. Like they'll crack your middle of your back, or they'll crack your neck, and they'll say breathe in and breathe out, and then as you're breathing in and out, he cracks your neck. So there's an actual science behind you breathing and it aligning your spine. So you do want to breathe because even a chiropractor will tell you to breathe. And I went to the chiropractor more than anybody you ever know. You can even go contact the dude's business. He'll even tell you I went there every fucking day. I went there so much that nigga was he only charged me $90 a month. Yeah. But I don't advise anyone to go to the chiropractor. If you want to go, then I'm not going to say don't go. You don't need to go. It's a waste of money. But at the same time, if you're really stressed and you like, let's just say you have like a fucking grandma or a parent, they don't do yoga and they haven't been like, maybe they could do because chiropractors can actually help you. There's people who went there and they felt relaxed as fuck and like because if you a lot of people's depression and anxiety it stems from tension and tight muscles, especially if you have headaches that come with your anxiety or your anxiety is like persistent and it doesn't go away. Most of the time it's you have tension block, um, pent up like emotions or trauma that needs to be released. So then you have like you can't process the trauma, so you start thinking about the same thing over and over, or you it's like something that's like persistent. Like you keep thinking about the same shit, or you're just depressed all the time. You don't know why, or that's because you got something pent up. The energy is not flowing. Because when you're able to flow, then you don't give a shit. Because it's not that you forget. Because a lot of you guys are like, oh, I wish I could forget. It's not even you don't even need to forget. It's not even about forgetting. It's just it not you not giving a fuck about it. Like I don't need to forget something if I don't care about it. You see what I'm saying? Like most people don't want to forget. It's like you're just, when you're stuck up in the trauma and you haven't healed, you think the only way out is forgetting. But in all actuality, when you remember it as an experience. The thing is, you want to go through it and process the trauma. So when you look back at it, it's more like it fuels you instead of keeps you stagnated. If you guys get what I'm saying, you want to have it fuel you. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger is what they say, and that's kind of what it is. That's why you got to release that pain. That's why you do yoga, qigong, fasting. That's what helped me, and I'm not saying that's the only way, but that's what helped me, and that's what I preach. Yoga, qigong, fasting. Qigong and yoga, or fasting and yoga specifically. Qigong, I should just start it. Qigong, I'm not gonna. But like I said, some of you guys with just Qigong, maybe you'll get what helped me with yoga. But all I know is Qigong, yoga, fasting is the only health regimen you need. You don't need no other health regimen out there. There's no other. Anything else is more so for convenient and your lack of discipline. So when you lack discipline and you want convenience, then that's where herbs, eating healthy, that's where that comes in. But when you actually really trying to get to the root cause, just like you got spiritual knowledge, you got esoteric, you got regular health, and you got real deep healing. It's different levels to it. This is where you go, you heal from the inside. Because when you look at fasting and qigong yoga, this is not, I don't even want to say their practices really. This is like a lifestyle you just live in. Like as a human being, you eat. You don't call that a lifestyle, or you eating lifestyle. No, everyone just eats. So it's the same with yoga, fasting, qigong. These are just regular practices that human beings should have, when spirit should have while you're in a human body, because you obviously want to take care of the body so you're able to enjoy it. So like that's what I'm saying. That's nothing. So like that's what it is. So, but if you want to eat healthy, if you want to eat fruits and all that, go ahead. I'm not. There's nothing wrong with that. Like some people, like for example, I have people in my family. Let's say you have a grandmother and she may be old and have diabetes or whatever. Maybe fasting won't be good for her, but putting them on an all fruit diet, that would probably do them really good, to the point where eventually they may be able to do the fast because they cured other disease from the fruit. So I'm not putting down fruits and all that. It's good on a certain level, especially if you're a beginner, because there's people who save their lives just by eating fruits and vegetables, and that's a stepping stone. There's nothing wrong with that, but use that, if you're going to do that, use it as a stepping stone and then take it to that next level. Or maybe if you just want to enjoy eating fruits and that's what you want to do, then go ahead and do that. But I see too many times of people who, like a lot of these doctors and talk about healing, they obviously trying to live a long time. So if you're trying to live a long time, which I don't do this to live a long time. I'm doing this because it's a spiritual path and what I want to do. But when these people are talking about them living a long time, how the fuck is eating fruit gonna make you live a long time? Wouldn't not eating anything, but then they promote how their diet is the best diet, which makes no fucking sense if the best diet is no diet. Because anytime you're eating something, it's like if a car is dirty, if you drive a car outside, it's gotta use mileage. You can't drive a car and not expect the mileage to get used. It's gotta use mileage. So you can't eat and expect your body to not have miles on it. When you're eating something, the vehicle has to the human vehicle has to process this. It's miles that it's being added onto the body. So when you're eating all the time, you don't want to keep doing that. Even when you use the bathroom in your body, because your body has to create urine. When you drink something, it doesn't. The juice you drink didn't smell like urine. It smells like urine when it comes out of your body. That means the body has to create that. That's a process. Every time your body does that, it causes damage. And a lot of you guys say, well, that's just how it is, and we're supposed to die, or what? They'll say shit like that, but then, which is fine, but then why did you attack a drug addict for doing the same thing you're doing? He's doing something that makes him feel good, that tantalizes the desires, and that's going to kill him. Why can't you eat your food, but he can't do his cocaine? Cocaine, Coca-Cola, they put cocaine in it's the same shit. It's the same thing. It's a drug. So you can say that, oh, well, people want to do, but yeah, it's the same thing with a drug addict wants to do drugs. He should be able to get high. That's why I'm like, would you say every type of trauma is correlated? To be honest, it is. It, like, for example, if you have, because it's related to kind of like the chakras, and if you have in a certain area, it could even play out as in physical things happen to you in real life on that area, and then it plays out as you having a disease. It can get that deep, but it does have a effect. Like, if I think, like, if you have a lot of pain in your shoulders, that means you have a lot of, that's what I say though, you got a weight of the world on your shoulders. Usually pain a lot in your shoulders, it means you feel like you have a lot of responsibilities, or you got a lot of things you got to meet, or you got a lot of people you got to take care of, or things like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. That's what I say that, because anytime the shoulders is tense, you have a lot of, like, you feel like you're burdened with a lot of responsibilities. That could be a symptom, a sign of a tense shoulder. A neck, that's more for like blocks throat chakra. It's more so for like, it is correlated to headaches. It's hard for expression, certain things. Like, that was a thing with me. I had Lilith in the 5th house. Always expressing myself was always an issue. It is mainly because it's mainly through like my nervous system. Because like my nervous system will get, because the reason I couldn't express myself was because of my shit with my nervous system. It was never really because of anything else. Like, I always knew who I was. It's just like the spirit kept me from knowing a certain, it's like I had a lot of karma from like a past life or some shit where I couldn't have access to my knowledge. I had to do certain things to get access to my shit. Like, it's hella weird, because like how I'm talking to you guys now, there was a time I wasn't even on anything spiritual like this. Like, when I got onto this shit, I think it was around 2008 when something happened to me. Like, I don't know what it was. Something happened to me, was something just switched, and then everything I was able to be aware of, I was able to decipher it. Like, I don't know what it was. I remember that time. It was around 2008. I remember I was in the bathroom, and then something happened, and I had like, it was just some weird shit. I can't really explain it, but some spiritual shit happened to me, and I wasn't even like, everything that I was aware of, I can explain it deeper. You know how I'm able to break shit down? Like, I was able to break shit down without really doing research, and I can like read energy, like something around that time. I remember, but then from 2008, that's when that's when it started, and I was still asleep around that time, but then it just built up until like right now. Yeah, it was some weird shit that was going on though, but not weird shit, but every type of trauma, it just depends on where your trauma is at. It's gonna correlate. You just gotta figure out where your tension is in your body. That's the first thing you want to do. Figure out where your tension is. Like, okay, you're feeling depressed. Is your depression as a result of, this is why they tell you have to wait 6 months or more before they diagnose you with depression, because you got to figure out, is your depression because of something external, like it's just got to go away, like you're just depressed because something happened, or is it actually an internal depression? Because if it's an internal, then it's a lingering, you feel a lingering emptiness of your soul. That emptiness is because you haven't done the shadow work of what's necessary to healing. That's why you feel that empty. You have to do whatever you got to do. That's what there's something you have to do that's got to help you get rid of that empty feeling. And then once you get rid of that empty feeling, you're going to be a different person than who you were
when you were recognizing that empty feeling. You're gonna be a completely different person, and then you'll pretty much know what you need to do at that point. Like you won't even just watch my videos. We'll be like actually come and do something, or it'll be more than just you. You won't even need my videos or anyone's videos at that point because you tapped into your shit. And you know who like what's going on, and then you can move from there. Since you watch my channel already, once you go there, you'll be ahead of all the people who already been there. Like other people who are already awakened to themselves years before you. By the time you get there, you're gonna be well ahead of them just because you watch my videos, you watch other people like my channel and other people that speak. Like there's only very few people. You see what I'm saying? Because you're already ahead. So people pick and choose what they want to criticize. Yeah, that's what they do. I don't care what they choose though. They don't make me nervous like 50 Cent. Yeah. Yeah. Open this door. Yeah. But yeah, time be going by fast when I be doing these lives. It'd be like 3 hours, like nothing. It's crazy. Yeah. Any last questions before I bounce? Yeah. Yeah. Somebody said, when do you think it's time to stop pursuing something you've been working on for years? When it's not giving you no result? Like if you're doing something you're not supposed to be doing, this is why you need to be very in tune to who you are so you can know what you need to be doing. Because when you don't need to be doing something, you're going to get a certain type of resistance. You will still get resistance when you're doing something you're supposed to do, but this is why you need to be intuitive so you can be able to differentiate what type of resistance. Like if it's something you've been doing for years and it's like something you don't need to be doing, you're going to get a certain resistance that's going to be, it's going to be more intense. It's going to be intense in a way, and it's gonna be, the message behind it is gonna be like you need to stop doing it versus something that it's like more of a perseverance, like keep trying. So if it's something you don't need to be doing, something you're working on might just get shut down, and then now you feel like, oh, now I gotta waste my time, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta start all over. But maybe it's telling you just don't do that. Versus something else you're doing, you may get resistance, but people may be talking about it, or it's something that you can go on. Like someone's telling you, like I'm gonna keep going. Like it's not really fucking you up, and you're getting some type of spiritual support. That's the thing. If it's always fucking up, that's a red flag. You need to start looking at what you're doing. because you don't want to waste years doing something like, yeah, you gotta really. This is why it's good to be in tune. Like that's one thing I used to like. There'd be things I used to think I was supposed to do, and while I was doing it, I didn't even feel like doing it really. Like I just thought I was supposed to do it. But every time it's something that I need to do that I don't feel like doing, it's a different type of energy I feel. Like I feel like I'm not wasting my time, and like it's like you have to really know. And how you can figure this out is by trial and error. Most of the time, you got to be doing something you're not. I'm not saying you have to, but most times you're doing something you're not supposed to be doing for it to show you what you need to do. So sometimes making a mistake can be good. You just don't want to keep making those mistakes. But it'll show you what you need to be doing and all the right path. You know, you'll start having dreams. Certain synchronicities will come when you're doing something. You're on the right path. And when you get on the right path, you have to stay on it. You can't let this bullshit ass world like dissuade you or make you like it make you buck. You got to just keep going. But yeah, that's how you really do it. Yeah. And my phone's at like 6% right now. I had it on a little charger, but charger's running out. I had it on a little charger right here. Yeah. I hate how these chargers gotta fucking die so damn quick. I think I'm gonna end this live though. Oh my god. It's a good live. I'll probably be on I'll probably be on I don't know when I'll be. I'll probably be on tomorrow. I would be on more, but I don't know, just weird. Like I have a hell of people watch my shit, but then nobody comments really. I don't know. Like I don't know if it's agents and trolls in here and they just looking or I'm at the end this thing and my battery's running low. Kind of don't want to end it, but my battery is running low. Damn, I don't know what's going on with this internet. Shit's acting weird. I'm right by the thing. I don't know. It's so funny how we in 2024. We have all this technology, but then you got stupid shit like running out of memory or like my battery's running low. Like how the fuck we in this time and age and there's a such thing as memory? or a battery dying. It's fucking ridiculous. Like, at this point, this is why I know it's all fucking fake. Because they would have been already released. Like why? Like, it's not even because the technology is very fucking stupid. Technology is really not even cool. It just, you think it's cool because the average sheep, the education in America is fucking retardation. It's not education. But so everything they teach you is what you base everything intelligence on. So when you say, oh, technology, that's intelligent, but you only went to their education system. So what the fuck do you know, really? So that's why I say technology is really like, it's regular shit. It's this dumb shit. It's not even intelligent, really. This is because, think about, like, how the fuck they have an iPhone 7, but then last year they had the iPhone 6, and then last year they had the year before they had the iPhone 5. Why didn't they just create the iPhone 7 instead of creating a 5? And even then, why would they just create the iPhone 11 instead of the iPhone 7? Like, so it just shows you that the technology is freaking, it's very dumb. It's stupid. They just have to, like, it's all based on a narrative or some shit. Like, oh, they don't want people, I don't know what the fuck it is. It's weird. Because how the fuck is, like, the Wi-Fi is slow as fuck. You can't even access it. The internet is not even that quick. It's all acting all jittery. And it's supposed to be Wi-Fi 6 or fucking, what's the 5G. Then they have Wi-Fi 6 and they have 6 Plus or whatever. This is retarded. Fuck that. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna end this live stream, guys, though. But yeah, I'm gonna be back on. I'll probably be back on later tonight. My next video, I want to do a Qigong session. Well, not Qigong. I want to do a breathwork session because I'm gonna start doing breath work. I'm gonna do Qigong, but breathwork, I really want to do that one. I'm probably gonna do a lot more than that than Qigong, and then yoga and the fasting. But I'm gonna do a breath work. I want to show you guys because the breath work is very. It's not as it's. Damn, I don't really want to say it like this. I prefer breath work over the Qigong, but Qigong, you still need to do it because it helps you in other facets. But the breath work, I feel like you can really take it to another level with the breath work. So I want to do a breath work, a video on breath work, and that's probably my next one I do. Yeah, and I'm gonna create a fasting group as well. I might actually turn this channel into a fasting channel, to be honest. I might, to be honest. Like, it's gonna be a health and fasting channel. That's probably what I'm gonna make this channel about. I'm gonna still speak spiritual and stuff, but the main focus is on fasting and every fasting and healing. Because when I tell you guys, like, the challenge that I want to have for everyone right now, like including me, like, because a lot of you guys will go on these fasts and you guys will feel good, then you eat and then you go back to normal. Like, we gotta stick on that awareness. Remember, I said it's about keeping that awareness. Right now, in this time and age, what you need to be doing, and this is who this resonates with. So if it doesn't resonate, then get the fuck out of here. I don't care. But for those who resonate, you really fuck with the information and you know the frequency that I'm on and you understand, we got to tap into that awareness. And you guys know what I'm talking about. You got to tap into that awareness. Once you're able to hold that awareness for sustained periods of time, then you got to know your life start falling into place. Focus on getting rid of the energies and getting into that awareness. Then everything else will follow. I cannot emphasize that enough. Focus all your energy on awareness, removing the blockages, the fasting, the yoga, and go hard at it. Don't just do it. Oh, I'm just fasting the feel. When you're doing it, do it like I'm changing my life. Don't just be like, okay, I'm gonna just fast, and don't do it like a 9 to 5. Like, do it like I'm wanting to really do this shit, and I'm gonna. It's a lifestyle. Once you're able to do that, and you tap into this, and you stay on the where you tap into it, because in the beginning it's gonna be hard, but once you really get into it, you start feeling the results and the benefit. You got to stay there. That's what's gonna save you, really. This is why a lot of you guys are stuck right now. And when you're looking at your life, you're like, there's nothing I can do. I gotta work here. I gotta work here. I'm telling you what to do. You're working on the wrong things. You're looking at the world. Oh, I gotta make money. I gotta do this. I gotta study. I gotta get this muscle to get this woman, or I gotta do this to get this. I don't have no education. How am I gonna get money? I don't know how to do this. I have to do this. I work 8 hours. How am I gonna have time to do? Stop fucking thinking all that. Shut the fuck up with that. That doesn't matter. That's petty shit. Anytime you think like that, you're doing what this government wants you to do. They want you to get lost in fuck the reality. Time, and you have enough time to do everything. Only thing is right now. You're thinking about life based upon the future and the past. You're thinking, oh, in the future, this is gonna happen. Ain't nobody. I remember back in 2017, they said by 2025, the world was gonna end, or there was gonna be depopulation and everybody's gonna be in FEMA camps. Ain't nobody in no fucking FEMA camp. I see some niggas in some prison camps, but ain't no FEMA camp. So no one, everyone, and imagine all those people who was talking about stock up on food. And I'm not saying don't stock up on food or whatever, but when do you hear about people talking about stocking up on food? You don't hear nobody speaking about that, or doomsday bunker shit. I'm not saying like you guys got to understand what the fuck's going on. Like, a lot of you guys will say, "Oh, the government has doomsday bunker. They're stocking up food," but how do you not know that's in a case of the people wake the fuck up and they have to get all those politicians in a safe spot because people are looking to hang them motherfuckers from a pole with their head on a stick. That could be why those bunkers are there. It could be for a lot of reasons. It doesn't have to be just for what you think. Like, you see what I'm saying? And even if it was a bunker, even if you did have a bunker, right? I don't even know I'm talking about this shit, but even if you did have one, if any event happened that you needed to go in it, I'm willing to bet you there was some fucking government man that created that event. Ain't nothing gonna happen where that's not created by the government, no man. That's gonna happen where you gotta be in scarce of some type of resource or something. If something like that happens, it's because of the government, or because of the man, or whatever. They say they got light bulbs that never die and vehicles that can run. It said that's I'm telling you, technology is nothing. Even a car that can run off water, that ain't shit. Who gives a fuck about that weak ass shit? It's just it's like the principle of the fuck is a one-way street. These people driving in the wrong way. It's just because it's really nothing to really do that. It just they don't teach people how to fucking do that. It's like if you never taught a whole bunch of grown ass men how to tie their shoes, then when they get 30, 40 years old and they can't tie their shoes, is that really dumb? Or like nobody taught them? That's kind of what it is. Like, are they really dumb, or just nobody taught them how to tie their shoes? Or maybe they grew up in a world where they didn't have shoes that they need to tie. They just were slip-ons. So they didn't know how to tie something, or there was nothing. You see what I'm saying? So was that? Yeah, but I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna end this live stream, guys. I'll be back on. My shit's about to die. Because I be talking and I get into it and I forget that I'm at 2% right now. But I'll be back later. All right then. Peace.